Can I believe what I just witnessed? Not really. Manchester United Football Club beat Arsenal. What a game. What an absolute banger of a game. And I'm kind of happy because Arsenal lost. Not because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I'd rather Arsenal win it over Man United, obviously. However, it just makes the title race so much more fun. There's like 15 games remaining. Aston Villa won. Man City won. They're 4 points off Arsenal. Anything can happen there. I low-key am supporting Aston Villa in this title race because I've resigned from supporting Liverpool Football Club because they just lose. And their unbeaten streak was the worst unbeaten streak I've ever seen. Now, going to the game, every single Arsenal fan was gassing it. They were pretending like they were going to smoke Man United. Everyone had silly predictions, 3-1, 3-0, 4-0. And as soon as the game starts, Arsenal were blitzing Man United. I'm not going to lie, it was a blitzing all over them for the first 20, 30 minutes. And they got a goal, but the goal was smelly, it was nasty. It was a Lisandro Martinez own goal. That's not the nicest goal you want to score, especially when you've been getting own goals all season and winning by the skin of your teeth. I've already mentioned, actually, in some of my videos, and also to my friends, Arsenal are not a good football team. They are horrid. They don't know how to attack. Teams sit in a low block and they don't know what to do and they get countered and they play a very high line. They can't create chances and that's been their problem for a while. But they managed to create one against United and they went 1-0 up. But United responded with Mbeumo after Zuba. What is Zubamendi doing? The ball comes to him in the centre-back position. He passes it first time to give it to Raya. It bounces wrong. He kicks it straight to Mbeumo, who was very cool. He was cool as ice, I'm not going to lie. Took it on his right foot, finished it into an open goal. That was crazy. And then we witnessed actual magic. And I don't like to say this about Man United, but this Dorgu goal was insanity. Him and Bruno do one-touch passing around the Arsenal midfield, cut through him. Dorgu gets it on his left foot in the middle of the goal and pings it. It goes off the bar and in. It is insanity, that goal. He can try that 1,000 times in training. He's never going to score. I don't know how that's gone in. United fans go livid. United players go livid. They can't believe what they're seeing. And that's when the game tilted. It started to tilt with the Mbeumo goal, but they started to believe after that. And then Arsenal were just spamming crosses, spamming set pieces. Maduki ran the ball out of play, but they do get a set piece. And that set piece falls to Merino favourably. He kicks it. It looks like it was cleared off the line by the United player, but the goal did stand and it was 2-2 in like the 80th, 84th minute. And I thought, it's over. Arsenal are going to get this goal. They're going to get this win. And they're going to go clear on points and they might actually win this league quite comfortably. They should have in the last few weeks, to be fair. They've had plenty of chances to wrap this league up. Man City have been poor. Aston Villa have probably been the only good team in this league. And Arsenal managed to beat them at home, which they needed to do. And then, after all of that, a few minutes later, Man United is still playing good. Arsenal fans are still gassed. The whole of the Emirates is bouncing. Bruno passes it to someone. And then it gets sent to Cunha, who's about 20, 30 yards out. Goes to about 20 yards out, licks it, bottom corner, Raya, no chance. What a goal. He starts dancing on the Emirates. He starts dancing on him. Dancing on him. These lot are crazy. The top 4. 2 games for Michael Carrick, 2 wins. What an interim manager. They will probably get battered by Tottenham next week or lose to a rubbish team. However, they can enjoy it right now because they've beaten first and second in the league. Man City and Arsenal. They're ruining dreams. That's what they're good at. They also beat Liverpool as well. This team is designed to play against big teams because they sit in a low block. Their problem will be when they need to attack. But they're still a better footballing team than Arsenal because they know patterns of play. They know how to attack. And they have that little bit of magic with the players that they have. And Mbeumo's a killer. Cunha's got a bit of magic. Dorgu's turned into prime Bale. I don't know how. And they've got a real good shot of finishing top 4. They're probably a better team than Man City, in my opinion. Currently, right now. They're a better team than Arsenal. They're not a better team than Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa, for me, if they can win this league, it'd look good for Unai. He'd win a trophy, Aston Villa. It'd just be insane. It'd be like a fairy tale ending for the league. But the chances of that happening is minimal to zero, to be honest, because of everybody else around them. And they probably will bottle it with Europe being around. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. I couldn't believe my eyes. Twitter is in turmoil. Everybody's laughing at Arsenal. Arsenal fans are wrecked. They're in hiding. What a day for the Premier League. It's awesome. It is actually awesome. I think their next game coming up, or one of the next games, is against Chelsea. And Chelsea are in good form at the moment. And that's a semi-final bout at the Emirates. So we'll see how Chelsea play. I think last time Chelsea were relying on Garnacho. If they're relying on Garnacho again, it might be wraps. However, they should feel like they do stand a chance in that game. They genuinely should. And I think Arsenal now have been humbled. They will recuperate. They will try and go again. But the pressure towards the end of the season is nasty. Man City have been there. Aston Villa have no expectation. All the expectation is on Arsenal. And when they're playing them tricky games, when teams are sitting low blocks, Gyökeres isn't performing. Saka's not really doing much. Trossard or Martinelli, they needed replacements. They needed Semenyo. They needed a bit of spark, a little bit of pace injection. All these lot look like they've been running to the ground. Zubimendi making mistakes. I've seen Saliba making mistakes over the last few games. I don't know what they're going to do. This is a very bad loss. Even if they drew the game, it wouldn't have been too bad. But the fact that they've lost it at home, breaking that record, something is up. Something is going to happen. I can sense it. But we'll see if they win the league or not. I'm all for Aston Villa winning it though. Let's see. Unai at the wheel.